Yo, what's going on, guys? We're going to do a quick trade breakdown today. Today is 12/7/2020, and this ticker that we traded is ticker Tesla. As you guys know, right now, logging in just to show you guys, that it's a verified account, and yeah. But as you guys know, markets are at all-time high. ES struggling with that 3,700 level. NQ had a great push today, up 82 points on NQ. But there's a lot of divergence today, to say the least. So we'll wait for this to load here. Let me see here. One sec. How can I get this better off for you guys here? One sec, guys. I want you guys to be able to see the whole screen. Oh boy, how are we gonna do this? All right. Let's see. Can I bring this in? All right, so here's the setup that you guys need to see. You guys can see connected and real-time data right there, ticker Tesla. And then when we go, I'm going to shift that over so you guys can see the whole chart. When we look at monitor, this is going to show you the daily P&L of $6,410. And let's get right into the trade breakdown. I'll keep this video nice and short. And yeah, let's get it. We'll go to the 20-day 1 hour. As you can, or actually, let's start with the weekly time frame so we can understand why it's on watch. Tesla, the week, not last week, the week prior to that, obviously had big news with the S&P 500 inclusion, and therefore it rallied from 400 all the way up to 600. Last week there was no play except the dip by off 540, which isn't even the play that I wanted. I wanted the retest of 500, but it never came. And then you see this somewhat of a hammer candle on the weekly, so therefore it was on watch and it had a close of 5.99 on Friday. So there was a lot of ways we could approach this trade. Now as we go to the hourly time frame, we're going to break down the levels prior to today. We have the all-time high of 607, I believe 607.8 was the all-time high, and then I pulled this level, which is very important for the trade that I took today, of 604. I'm looking at my watch list, and the things that I noted is Tesla will most likely gap up over 600. We're looking for a hold of 600, then for a continuation of the all-time high break. I had over 604 was the entry, and then it was a 6.7% short interest. So this 604 level is important, and that's what I pulled from pre-market, and that was where we were able to hold pre-market. Now let's fast forward to today. We'll go into a smaller time frame. As you guys will be able to see, the volume is insane. Volume is very good. We already have 20 right here. We already have 20 million volume on the day, which is, according to the relative volume, it's really good. And as you guys can see, it's starting to flag up here. We're going to focus on the opening drive. So let's go to filled orders, and here are the orders. We have 830.2 and 830.37 are my two entries. And it was once I saw that we could hold that 604 level. And then as you can see, shortly a minute later and then 2 minutes later, I decided to scale out for a profit of $6,410. So let's get into the 1 minute so you guys can see what I'm thinking. Okay, so pre-market, as you guys can see, it was ranging. Really, all that matters to me is from 7:30 because that's when I wake up and start to look. 7:30, it was ranging between the 604 level and 60 on the all-time high. What I noticed here, right, especially when the opening bell rang, I saw a slight profit taking, which is expected when you have a gap up over a critical level. People who took swings or whatever are going to take profit. I saw this wick here at 603, and I saw buyers then continue to step up. So this 604 level was my main interest. As soon as it crossed back over 604, I then entered 10 contracts of the 650 calls at 760, and then the next 20 seconds I added 10 again. These opening drive plays are so critical. As you know, that's when you'll be able to get the most percentages, as these premiums, have topped out, as we just tapped 630 on Tesla right now. So the whole point of this play is to understand where 604 came from, which we already did, which was the 20-day 1 hour. If that was not able to hold, the next level would have been a zone from 597 to 600. And then if that can't hold, obviously you're out entire position. But the whole emphasis here is a starter position and add when you have confirmation. So my starter position was at 604, and then I added right before the all-time high break. And as you guys can see on the 1 minute, it paid really well. It paid almost 40%. I was not able to get in full position as it moved so fast. Um, but that's okay because I'm grateful for the profits and everything like that. Breaking down Tesla for the rest of the day, we just tapped 630. Some size just came in on the ask as I'm watching on my other monitor. But listen, we are eventually going to have to see a retest of the previous all-time high. Not saying that it's going to happen at 650, 700 now, whatever, but I will definitely look for a rejection for sellers to take control and push it down to the 608, 610 area, and that's where I'll be looking to go long again. Um, and yeah, and it's important to understand, as you guys can see here, right? So if I would have held all day, you see the fills right there. They are currently at $13. So for me, in order for me to make an extra couple grand, 2 grand, I would have had to hold through all of that chop, and yeah, so that's why I plan on sitting in some monthlies. But that's a quick trade breakdown. It all comes down to execution, especially with tight spreads like this one. All I do is click auto send by the ask and then quantity with buttons on the active trader. And yeah, so I hope this breakdown made sense. And